If it gets to the point where they kicking in the chamber door and your children, your queen, and everybody else carrying your lineage is still in there and you ain't told them to leave yet, there is a problem. And then that at that point, they're supposed to escape on their own to save his lineage, even in the end, looking out for his lineage. If you stay there and you want to die on your own and be known as the brave king Jackson the 50th or whatever, that's cool, and that's how your lineage will be because your son is somewhere safe. But for you to say like, "No, we about to die together," bro, what kind of leader are you really?
Women have this thing about them, and I get it, where it's this self preservation thing. And they want to protect themselves, they want to protect their kids, and when they get to a certain place, they just when they get to like within a certain threshold, they just like, yo, I gotta do something, I gotta do something. And I think that they tend to be very short-sighted with that. And I know, like me as a man, I tell my woman oftentimes, like, I know you feel frustrated right now, but picture yourself 20 years from now, we're gonna be laughing about what the kids just did. Like, oh, he got chocolate all over his face. Like, we're gonna be laughing and we're gonna be missing, the time where he got chocolate all over his face. Like, women tend to be short-sighted here. Like, and when we talk about being homeless, and let's say you lose all your money, so many great people and great men lose everything and they bounce back and they're stronger. People file bankruptcy. Like, all of these things are realistic. Like, even when Bo talks about the situation where she almost lost the house. Okay, it's a house. You get another house. Y'all gonna get the money back. You're going, like, the most important thing to me is the union. It's me and it's you. That's the core. That's everything. As long as we can be in a burning house, I don't care. I'm here with you, right? And I think that's kind of something we lose sight of, is that as long as me and you are intact, we can build anything from ground zero. Break it down, we'll build it up again. But women kind of get attached to the things and the no, we're gonna lose the house. So what? We'll get another house. And 20 years from now, we're gonna look back and we're gonna be like, remember that time where we didn't have no money, and now we're where we are right now, and you thought we were about to die, and kind of, you was floating around with your arms in the air. I don't know.
You got to look at it on a bigger picture. Let's go back to the country scenario. Your country is being attacked by invaders coming in. Are you going to tell your people just to stay there and die? Stay there with me. We're going to figure this out. No, you're going to tell them you guys need to escape. You guys need to find a place. Go to the neighboring country. Change your name. Let's go. Let's look at another one. When King George, when their nation was falling, he had a lot of kids. He spread his kids all throughout America, Africa, different places. He didn't say, no, kids, my wife, stay here. Y'all be with me. We all die together. No, this is his. He's the captain of his ship. He is not, he's not there looking for a babysitter. His wife is not a babysitter. He is the captain of his ship. When he do not rule that nation properly, he falls with that nation.
Nah, quick
It's,
question. Quick
uh,
question. You just, because what you said was key. Who told them to go to another country?
so that's what you're supposed to tell. Let's say if you're the captain of your
That's
ship,
what who's supposed to tell them.
the man.
So
Don't
he had a
even
plan,
hesitate.
right? He
Yes.
had a plan. He still had a plan. He had a structure. It's not like they all kind of just decided to do what they wanted to do. It was a free fall. He had a plan. He said, "Yo, this is the next move for y'all. This is what I want you to do. Go change your name." But everything you said was him giving them a pathway to safety.
Yes, yes. He have a plan. He said, go to the neighboring country, or the people make the decision themselves. Go to the neighboring country. Your rulership sucks. That's really how I look at it as. You didn't lead properly as a man. You're terrible. I fine. You have a temporary fall. You will learn from that mistake. That's the goal. You will learn from it. And when you come back up, it's up to you to decide. Do you want to take her back? If you guys talk about it, and she do go to the next neighboring country, and now y'all always on the phone talking, she's helping you, etc. All right, now obviously you'll be like, you know what, babe? I know you went over there, but me, you constantly talk, you constantly come and visit me. I appreciate that. I'm taking you back. But still, it goes back to you're still the captain of your ship. You're still the boss at the end of the day. You're just a terrible leader. That's how I look at it. He sucks. You know what I mean? If I'm the dad in a neighborhood,
I mean, I agree, but I also disagree with mine just for the simple fact that, you don't want to have the mindset. Should no man want to have the mindset of, oh, well, you know what? Hey, man, that happens. We lose the house. You should not want to have that mindset because it kind of sets a precedent that, hey, well, son, hey, man, it's okay that certain people may lose their house. That's not why you buy a house. You don't buy the house to lose the house, right? You buy the house to be able to live in and be able to take care of it, right? And to call it your own, right? But I mean, once again, not to get away from the point that he's trying to illustrate, because all he is saying is that, hey, well, listen, things are going to happen, and it is up to the woman to be in that situation with that man or not, right? If you want to, say that, hey, well, you love me and you're all about the relationship, then if I'm struggling, then you should be there with me through thick and thin. This is what you have your vows for. This is why your vows is, hey, I'm gonna be with this person through thick and thin, through better or worse, or through poor, something like that, right? However the vows go, you should always want to be there for that partner. But of course, I mean, you see a lot of you women initiating divorces, they don't live up to the vows. They don't live up to the vows. A lot of these women are initiating divorce because of quote unquote financial reasons, but you mainly see, oh, well, he just doesn't make me feel fulfilled, right? I'm this, I'm that. And it's just almost like, man, once again, you don't understand what marriage is about, right? And most of your women here in America do not understand what marriage is about. But it's just all about staying down with a man when he is struggling, right? I mean, because once again, a man will never leave a woman when she's down on her luck.
country, man's daughter, bring your ass here. No. Let that kid figure it out himself. He fall. That's up to him. If my daughter asks me to help, I'll help you.
Y'all, Coach, hey, listen, JR literally has a show called King Talk, right? And let's go back to that because I'm a history teacher. If a king is getting invaded or whatever's going wrong with the kingdom, he teaches his wife to fight. She fights until the last second, and he is supposed to protect his lineage and send them off. And I think that's what every woman on here was trying to say. If it gets to the point where they kicking in the chamber door and your children, your queen, and everybody else carrying your lineage is still in there and you ain't told them to leave yet, there is a problem. And then at that point, they're supposed to escape on their own to save his lineage, even in the end, looking out for his lineage. If you stay there and you want to die on your own and be known as the brave king Jackson the 50th or whatever, that's cool, and that's how your lineage will be because your son is somewhere safe. But for you to say like, no, we about to die together, bro, what kind of leader are you really? Y'all want to be like king talk this and king talk that, but y'all moving like gestures and peasants. You're supposed to get your lineage up out of there. So all the women are saying is, if it gets to the point of self-destruction, whether it was a mutual agreement or a singular agreement, you're at least supposed to be like, yo, I fucked up, we fucked up, however it is, go make sure you take care of these kids and I'm gonna come for you. But everybody think that's a fantasy, but when in reality, and when you raised by a real king and that's how your house is ran, like me, then all of a sudden, oh, you're delusional and you're this and that. No, nigga, that's how I was raised. If shit went bad, we always were straight. But nah, my mom was supposed to follow my dad blindly. That never was an option for her. He sent her away. But when it get to the point where it's y'all like, nah, you following me into death, we're all gonna die together, man. Y'all tripping, man. Y'all want a helpmate just to get her murdered, or just to
crazy. We went from one extreme of losing a house. Now we playing fucking Risk.
Thank you.
This is crazy, man.
Why y'all doing this?
How the hell did we go this far?
At the end of the day, though,
How did
at the end of the day,
hold on.
that's what he said, though.
Cookie.
He called an analogy.
I believe in hierarchy. I respect that.
Go ahead, Naomi.
So I don't think we're actually listening to what the men are saying. Being sent away is different than me making the choice to leave. There's a huge difference. It's not saying listen, I think we should get out of the analogy that one, men are not considerate of the lineage that they have with them. And if that's the type of man that we're talking about, that's not the type of man that are here right now that we're discussing. It's a difference between a man saying, hey, sending his woman away to his father's house or what that place may be so that he could get it together, and her choosing to leave on her own, like, man, I'm not doing this with you, I'm leaving you, type of thing. That is a huge difference, even in the reflection of the woman and her mindset. I understand what some of the women are saying, like, hey, this is detriment to us. I'm starting to feel some sort of way, I'm getting scared, I'm getting anxious. I think a lot of men are prepared for a woman with that type of emotion. I think men already know that she's going to get scared and she's going to be in her feelings about something, especially if it comes to the detriment of your children. And we're sitting here talking like, well, he's just not going to listen. Okay, well then that's a different type of man.
That's not what I said. The analogy was, at what point, sis, do you figure that you're going to make a decision on your own? I wasn't trying to get into the deep shit, but what I was trying to do was make an analogy so they could understand the difference between a woman saying, this has gotten too far, they're kicking on the chamber door, and I need to stay here and fight with my man, with my king. So that's all that I was saying.
So there's a difference even when doing that. I do truly believe that a man who's protecting of his lineage, like if a woman is going to sit here and take a hit outside of struggle love and he thinks that that's okay, that's not very wise. That's
all I was saying. I was just being dramatic. That's what I do.
See, that's exactly like my point, though. It's like, I don't believe that that's majority of where we're at right now. Like, outside of the dramatics and outside of these extreme analogies, like, what is the truth of it? It's finding that balance as a woman. I understand there come a time to where she's going to need to make a decision, but having that communication with the man and then him saying, okay, you know what? Yes, you're right. This is where we're at. And him send her away is completely different than him saying, hey, escape through the fireplace in the back and I'm going to stay here fighting the chambers, da-da-da-da-da. There's a difference between them saying, him having that wisdom and agreeing with her, and then her just saying, well, you know what, I'm out. I don't truly believe that it comes down to such a detriment of life and death in that way.
I don't either.
Yeah, but see,
but I was giving an analogy though, like, because some people on here don't understand the difference. When you talk too subtle, they're like, well, still, da, 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 da. So what I did was made it life or death so they understand the difference between, nigga, I'm about to leave you and you sending me away. That's all that it was. I don't think anything's that detrimental. I would never date a man that would get that detrimental. But what I was saying is that it's not, don't take it so serious to the point, but I have to draw it out in a situation for people to understand. That's all that I'm saying. I get what you're saying. It's never going to be that's not the majority of men, but the majority, a lot of men that listen are cut dry middle. So you have to make it like life or death for them to understand the difference between leaving a man because he's a bad leader and being sent away by a man because he's a good leader. That's all that I was doing. That's all that I'm saying. I don't believe that's how life is, though.
Yeah, and I would like to add, see, there's you can't just start from ground.
Hold on, new guy. You got to follow the order now.
My bad.
You got to follow it, though.
Now, granted, guys, y'all would have to actually watch the full live, because here's the thing, right? This point that she made, pretty much what they're talking about right now, this clip is a smaller point to the bigger message, right? She's essentially talking about something that has nothing to do with the point or the conversation, right? It's like she's just going off a tangent. But I like the point that she made. I mean, the fact that he even made the clip obviously says that, hey, well, this will make a good discussion. And then I would just have to ask her, what would you say, right? What would you say? And we're just arguing the point that she made. What would you say when you have guys who will run outside of the household, or will you have the family run outside of the household while the guy fend off the people? What happened if people are waiting in the woods or waiting for these people to come outside of the household? So now you done left your kids and your wife with other men while you sitting over here fending other guys off. So it's just, I mean, like, once again, it's like I kind of get both of this stance, but I'm more on Monte's side or Mont's side because I'm down with my family. I could care less when anybody say I'm down with my family, because I can be sitting over here fighting these people off. I end up dying. They're going to end up taking my kids. They're going to take my daughter, taking my wife, taking my son if I have one. You already know the son, it's a wrap. The daughters, you already know what's going to happen to them. The mothers, you already know what's going to happen to them. So it's more of torture worse than death, right? And it's just like, I mean, once again, I would just say, think about that. But see, this woman, right, she kind of goes, once again, she goes off the rails because she's essentially saying that guys who would rather die with their families instead of telling their families to go out to safety, it's mighty weak of the man. And that's not weak, because at the end of the day, what are they both doing? They are both literally protecting their family. I would rather die with my family than have my family go out there and try to fend for themselves. But of course, it's easy for this woman to say it because, once again, you're a woman. You don't have to sit here and put your life on the line for your family or for somebody else. You don't have to sit here and make all the tough decisions when it comes down to the household. As you can see her, she's saying that you have to be a leader. And what did mine say? He said that, well, listen, he had the game plan, that he already thought about this stuff, right? So, I mean, like I said, now the bigger picture here, she's trying to correlate that to women voluntarily up and leaving their family because they don't want to deal with a guy like that. That's why I said this. She's bringing up something that has nothing to do with the actual point at hand. However, the point that she made, they made a small discussion out of it, and I'm just saying, hey man, listen, this is a great conversation to have, because although I'm not going to say she is wrong, I'm not going to truly say she is right, because you're not a weak man if you want to die with your family. Y'all guys, let me know down below. I mean, once again, this is a great discussion. Y'all guys, let me know down below. Men, would y'all want to die with your family, or would you want them to go ahead and find safety or whatnot and hope that they can reach safety? Understand you got a daughter and a wife. I'd rather fight to the end with them around me, and I might mess around and take them out, because I'd rather them be passed on than have my wife and my daughter in the hands of other men, my enemies, right? And they probably try to keep me alive for that stuff. Like, no. And see, your woman will say, oh, that's an extreme, that's this, that's that. Man, once again, it happens, right? It happens to this very single day. But the only reason your women can sit here and say, oh, well, you're doing the extreme, you're doing this, is because they live in such a society where they can sit here and they can say that. That's how safe society is, where women can sit here and be disingenuous. So, I mean, look, guys, y'all let me know down below what y'all guys think. Do me a huge favor, leave me a like, leave me a comment, subscribe to the channel. Until the next one.